you were asking about the timing of metronome relative to the stroke having to do with, or the iteration having to do with Ernest Spivak's single strokes page out of the library, right? Okay. And it sounds like you were not sure, but you were correct, right? The metronome is landing with the first and the last note of each phrase, right? And you can count the phrase as it's marked with a circle. First iteration is 5, right? So we can count every note we're playing. And then he has on the other side 3, which means we're only counting one hand at a time. And as it speeds up, counting one hand might be the way to go, because you're not going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's too much, all right? So that's what that is. So if we're at 40, so we're just 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Go ahead and play. All right, so it's already gotten better based on that slow motion video you sent me before you'd come in for a lesson at all, and the 6 were bouncing around all over the place, and you were really thinking up to come down, which is what this technique is about. Now, so it is much better. Go ahead and do that on the left again, what you just did. Huh? Does it go up like that? See, there's something going on with your positioning. It almost looks like you're going up like that. Oh, okay. So let's just talk a little bit about the grip for a moment. Once, let's see. If we get a certain alignment, Dick Wilson would talk about this particular alignment. Now, once again, once you understand this technique, certain things can perhaps be abrogated. But this alignment is or lack thereof. See, Dick Wilson would say, because there are videos out, well-known drummers talking about, and again, it's not wrong. It's a different technique, that the stick should line up with the forearm, which might be easier to do if you were to run the stick right into the center of the hand. See, it's closer to being lined up, but that's not how we're going to play. We're going to play so that the stick is running just next to this bone. Okay? So just do this. And it'll run right next to this bone. Now, at this point, it's not even touching my hand, but if we were to put the stick in this position, see, and your grip is better now. Come on, no, just keep the first finger and thumb for fun. And just take your other fingers off musically, as though you're going to play guitar. See, I can say that to you. Or the trumpet, see? They don't go like this to play the trumpet. They just hang out because they have to. The pianist has to always have the fingers over the notes he's going to play. Somehow drums, we have this big surface, we can play anywhere. And so I'll say this as well, because you said something earlier while we were chatting. Let me see if I can link it. Well, yeah, because you have that pad with different sound sources, so that you can get different pitches and play. But what we're trying, and that's cool. But what we're trying to do is there it is. free advertisement. And what
That's
we're,
good, yeah.
it's a nice sounding pad as well. But what we're trying to do is land as much in the center as possible. Because as soon as we change our location of attack, we get a different sound. So once we choose where we're going to land, that's where we're supposed to land. Within reason, we're human beings, you know? But if we're not landing in the same spot, and most drummers don't think this way, we're playing out of tune. You're out of tune, right? So we're trying to get that stick to land in a very particular place. So now we have this stick running to the bone. When we go to make a big throw, the energy goes that way. If we go to make a big throw and we're holding the stick so that it's in this direction, which kind of seems like you were turning like this, now you go to make a throw. See, you could do it. You could, but it doesn't feel as efficient. The energy, like a whip, where the whip moves outward, away from the handle of the whip. See? So what we're doing is, this is Richard Martinez, it's called the path of least resistance, right? And so how does it, so see, it's better. That's better. You see the stick, in a sense, right? Doesn't it travel the Dick Wilson line? That my friend, wonderful drummer, like studied for 30 years with Dick. That's the message he leaves on my voicemail when he calls. The Richard Wilsonism, which is the axis of rotation is perpendicular to the orbital plane. See, it's perpendicular to the orbital plane. And, you know, we could debate what that means exactly. But this stick that you're holding above the surface is perpendicular to what I think is the orbital plane here. So that's your axis of rotation, right? So yeah, or now you're going into arms and shoulders, and that's what might happen, right? So we don't want to lose this path, and this path is the path of least resistance. If we just turn our wrist, recognizing that the wrist is a fulcrum, right? So we don't want to upset this hinge. Or you pull the door off of its hinges. If you're suddenly manipulating that door so that it wasn't moving relative to the position of its hinges, you pull it off of its hinges. So yeah, you see, now it's going up as opposed to this. I guess we see now it's almost like you're in front of the stick. Try that for fun. Sometimes it's fun to do something wrong, but knowingly, or maybe not wrong, but not this technique. So now put the stick more like this. Don't exaggerate, but yeah, you were turning more like that. No, turn your wrist though. Turn your wrist. Turn your wrist. Now just slowly. How high can you turn your wrist like that? Don't lift your arm. Keep it down at the floor. Turn your wrist up and stop at the top. That's about as high as you can go, isn't it? See, now go ahead and get the alignment that I just mentioned to you. Now go ahead and turn your wrist. Look. Come on up, all the way. Now at a certain point, that's going to feel uncomfortable, isn't it? And at a certain, well, the wrist will only turn that much. See, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for as much of a radius as possible. See, if you go sideways, and you see now you have a much higher turn, right? So your axis of rotation is increased. See, so that's much better. You see, that's much better. And now notice you're landing right in the center, and it'll land in the same place. If you don't change that, it'll always land there. See, that's like, okay, Remember you said, geez, I don't know if I practiced enough, which, by the way, you did, based on what you described to me. But you can say all the practice in the world, you came in and I had to tell you that. So you just got exponentially better, right? Because it ain't going to happen playing like this is something else. It's not what we're doing. We're here. Okay, so go ahead and let's see what it looks like as you've made that slight adjustment.
Should probably turn this on.
Metronome on a 40.
And maybe you want to hear this. 1, 2, and 3. 3.
Okay, now stop.
Oops.
I'm going to give you another. I'm going to give you another tip. You know, that's what they used to say. That was the thing. You know, back in the day, I guess they would say, "Ah, drummer man, he's got great tips."
Right?
What's that?
The rubber tips, right?
Well, they're just saying he's got great tips. Okay, stop it. Stop. and so again, you're abrogating another aspect of this technique, which is this technique is up to come down, and you're not always stopping at the floor. You're doing something like this, especially in the left. 1, 2, 3, kind of like that. 1, I'm trying to do it wrong. 3, and you might lower it. 1, 2, 3. And you're up in here. So 1, 2, 3, like wherever. No. Think of the hammer as you put weight down on the key of a piano. That hammer goes boom, right? Until you. Well, I should be careful about talking about the construction of the workings of a piano, but we want accuracy, and part of the accuracy we're looking for has to do with where do we begin and end, or we kind of got nothing, right? The floor is a really big deal, or we got nothing. You may as well just study any technique or not even study. Seriously, right? Just play by ear, play musically, you'll be fine, right? And you can work a lot just doing that and being talented and right? So, but if we're going to get into this thing and develop technique like a fine-tuned sports car, we need to know, where does this thing begin and end? Where does it begin and end? It begins and ends half-inch parallel beat to butt end, but you have to maintain the height of turn. So once you decide, keep it there. So turn a little higher right now, so we can start to get this happening as opposed to this. You have to get that alignment, okay? So go for it again and just keep that in mind. Yeah, right, there you go. And by the way, you were asking me about this?
Oh yeah.
That's part of it right there. That'll help keep you aligned.
Is it just a 45, or is this my personal angle? Like that tape is your personal angle, and I might have a personal angle, or you go for something a little more, I don't know, metric.
It's another very good question. And you know, everybody's body shape is a little different, but typically it is a 45-degree angle. And I don't care what your body shape is, when you're playing traditional, it's a 90-degree angle, isn't it? Dick would say it's half a box.
Yeah.
But now we're here. So we're at a 45-degree angle. So you'll discover that, and you might want to use painter's tape as you go along, because maybe you'll find that the angle you created wasn't quite right. Okay? So you won't be locked in, and you can say, oops, my bad. All right, so hold on with that first finger and thumb. It's sitting in the middle finger, 3-finger grip. This is where you're going to feel it, right in here. Right in here. That's what we want to send the energy from the center of the thumb across to somewhere in between the first finger and the middle finger. Imagine that, right? So there's energy going from the middle of the thumb up to here and from the middle of the thumb to here. And so ultimately you get that feeling. Okay. All right. So try it again. 40. Go for it. How high you can turn? You're already turning at different heights. Nope, your right's not stopping down. See where your right's stopping? I'm sorry. I'm having a dyslexic moment. Your left is what I'm looking at. So I'm sending bad information to you. Not that your right is stopping down all the time either, but it was the left I was looking at. See how your left's floating around? Look, it's in the air. It's in the air. Okay, it's in the air, the left. There, it's down, it's down. And you know, this is so slow. Maybe that's what I need to do with you today. We can have you keep working on this. You said you got up to 6.5, which would be 12. But maybe there's a better way to do it. Let me think. To help with this particular aspect of your playing. Just at 40, just play eighth notes, and learn to find the floor. See, now you're going to have time to focus on where are you waiting? Where does it wait? See, it goes up and comes down, and it waits right there. See, that's where it waits. So if we were going to go 1, look at all the time, my right. Look, watch. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Look, it's ready. If there's all that time, there's all that time to wait. So go ahead back to 3.
Nope.
A little bit better, but you have to decide how high you're going to turn. Come on, floor in the left, down, down. Waits, it waits, but now you change your height of turn. Decide, how high are you going to turn? What, 5 inches?
Try to do that.
Somewhere like that.
Right about there.
Okay.
Right about there.
You're going to have to create the t-shirt with different levels. And if anyone will do it, it'll be you.
I wanted to integrate that into your design, but I don't know. It gets a little busy looking there. Got that crab down there.
Yeah, well, no, but you'll have to have a whole line of shirts. So we'll go to the damn show.
I was thinking how much it would distract me if I put something right here. Actually, put a pin in that and think about just like maybe a 3-inch stick and somehow get it just stuck here and have some lines on it.
That's cool too. You'll figure there's different stuff out there. I haven't seen that one, but careful because that idea will be stolen so quick. It'll show up with an answer.
I just said it, and now it's on the internet apparently, right? It'll be
okay.
All your followers will scoop it up, and next thing I know, it'll be being sold to me right on your own videos.
Okay. So, all right. So let's see if we can just play the first iteration and stop down, especially in the left. 1, 2, 3. See, where's the left waiting? You lifted it up. Right there. Lift it up. Try again. It's better though. Oh. Same height of turn.
And 3.
Yeah, but don't turn lower to cheat, thinking that'll help you stop down. Still have to turn high, or whatever you decide. Oh. See the left? Searching for the floor. It really is up to come down. Now, put your right on your calf. Put your right on your calf. No, down here. So your arm's hanging on your calf. You get the arm. That's the feeling we want, right? So if we're gonna do something like that, okay. Now bring your left up, but not the right. Keep the right on the calf. Right? And now go ahead and play this pattern and just watch the left. See? It's in the air. It's in the air. It's in the air. Twice it was in the air. Count out loud. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Start right.
1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Turning up less high.
Focus. 1, 2, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
See, it doesn't see it. You're up in the air. See how you keep pulling the stick up. That's really okay. That was a good one.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Look how slow it is. It just goes clunk, clunk, and it always weights down.
3.
It's heavy. You don't want to have to hold it up too high. It feels so heavy. Make it easy on yourself. Just leave it there. Yeah, there you go. There it goes clunk. Much better.
2,
Clunk, clunk. That's it. Up to down, up to down, up to down. Clunk. It always stops there. You got it. Now bring the other stick over and see if you can do that with both sticks on the surface. Don't lose your height of turn and concentrate on stopping down, especially in the left.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, better, huh? A little better, huh? Oh, stop down on the left. Down. Down, down, down. There you go. Down, 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 down. We're going, it's up to come down. Down. There you go. You got it. There. It sounds much better. Now you don't sound like you know when you hear a guy play a backbeat, right? And they're always, and there is that idea of you're pulling the sound out of the drum, and they give you a backbeat and it goes boing, boing instead of flat, flat. It goes boing, so you're getting flat, flat, boing, flat, boing, flat. It's not consistent, right? So now you sound solid.
1, 2, 3, 4.
See? Now it's sounding solid. Okay, let's go on to the next iteration.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Don't change your height of turn. Don't change your height of turn.
5, 6.
See, now you're stopping down. The first finger in the left, the first finger and thumb are the guide, right? Remember what Dick said about the first finger and thumb? He'd say, Kevin, the first finger and the thumb, they don't hold the stick up. They come in on the side, from the sides, and they're firm, comfortable, and constant. So if I see you doing this with your first finger, I know that you're not thinking, okay, now you got the gravity, now we're fixing something else. You see? See, yeah, that's better. You got to hold up there a little. You got to hold there. It's laying in the middle finger, and it'll be a 3-finger grip. If you go like this, and you only got 3 fingers on the stick, and you're playing loud, best of skill to you, because that ain't making your job any easier. Got to hold that stick now. Okay, it's already better. Let's go to 4. 1, 2, 3. Then I go 1, 2, 3, and then 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
2, 3.
Okay, now what you're doing,
yeah,
is you're making, and it can take a long time for people to get the throw. Not you. I can't stop you from throwing. It's a very tiny throw, and you're right. It's as if you're doing this. Now watch, just watch. See how there's a little motion here? It's like almost like you're making a little throw. We don't want that. We just want to turn. See, I'm not throwing. In fact, if anything, look what happens as you turn up. Now, don't turn one little thing into the entire technique. That was my other big mistake. That's my thing. Don't pull a Kevin Crabb and turn one cool thing that I show you into the entire technique. But you see what happens when you turn up? Look, what happens to the forearm? If you turn up like pretty high, I guess. Let's see. I don't want to make too big a deal out of this. See?
Forearm goes down.
It might go down a little, if anything, if you're turning up pretty high, and then it seems to countervail. The body is countervailing. So if you go to turn up, and I see this go up, I know you're not turning your wrist in the way that we're talking about, because we can make a throw and it still would be turned. When we do make a throw, yeah, we're still turning our wrist, but it's different. See, we're turning our wrist, but we're going up. But if I just want to turn and make one note, just, arm just hardly does anything. I shouldn't even talking about it. Yeah, right? You see? There, now you're turning your wrist. Okay, go back to 4.
1, oops.
So you might have to turn.
1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
Don't go pumping your right forearm. Just leave it there. There it is. Stop at the floor. Don't lose your height of turn. It's always up, down, up, down, up, down, 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 down. There you go. There you go. Better. You don't have to hold your arms tight. Just relax them. Everything will take care of itself. All you do is turn your wrist. Okay, so now what do we do? We're going to, what was that, 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and. Now we're 4 and. Okay, now you're pumping your arm in the right. Just relax it and turn your wrist. Don't go giving me arm stuff. How are you going to really see that? You said you couldn't get the speed up. Probably partially because of that. You're moving your whole arm when you don't need to be. That's going to take a lot more energy and slow you down. See, it just goes down. Down, 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 down. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Okay, let's try 5. You just listen to what I'm saying and don't go pumping your arm. You have this. I can tell you have the speed. Why don't you count out loud?
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5.
Speed is going to be faster.
And 4 and 5. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5.
There it is. Up, left hand, down, 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 and the left. Yeah, there. You see, you can play much faster. When you're doing that, you're not waiting in the air. It's going up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. See? That's all I'm asking you to do, but at a controlled speed. You got to be able to control the speed. That's where it's going. You're going to be fast. You already are fast. You just haven't quite learned what it is the heck you're doing. It goes up and down. Okay, we're 5 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and. I counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and.
That was good. Why don't you count? Why don't you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and? Let's work up here vocally.
3, 4, 5 and. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, and 3.
It's a little faster. You'll find it.
And 3.
Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and.
3, 4, 5 and.
There it is.
3, 4, 5 and.
Got it.
2, 3, 4, 5 and.
Coming along. Don't go throwing your first finger open in the left. Just hold the stick. you're moving more than you need. You don't need to move certain fingers, which involves moving, utilizing muscles and so on. Okay, you're 5 and 6. 6. Now you're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
There it goes.
Don't lose your height of turn.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5.
Just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
No. 1, you're just counting the one hand.
I need more time with that one. My head's blowing up on that.
Oh, you got this. You're doing good.
1,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That's all it is. Then it starts the other hand.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Start with
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
too fast.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Start with the metronome.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
No, it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's even.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That's it.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, you
1,
got
3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
it. Just find the speed.
5, 6.
There you
1,
go. Stop, down, down, down is where we stop. Now put them together. You got this. Just nothing.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, just the one hand.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You got it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You got it. 6 and 6 and. Now you're just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and.
4, 5, 6 and. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and.
There you go.
4, 5, 6 and. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and.
The and is going to stop on the other hand every time. Whenever you have an and, it'll be the other hand that stops. Plays the last note. There it is. Now you're playing by feel too. You're not counting, which is okay, but you got it.
1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and.
There
1,
it is.
3, 4, 5, 6 and.
There.
1,
7, 7, 7.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
It's all in one hand. It's easier. Maybe.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2,
1,
3,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
6, 7.
Here you go. Put them together. Stop down.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
No, it's twice as fast. Taka, 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 taka. Just count the one hand. Go for it. Just go for it. Da, 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 da. Come on, faster. Taka, taka, taka. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh.
Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
No, the other hand plays in between while you're counting.
1, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope. I can't count for some reason right now, or maybe just in general. I don't know. 1, 2. 1, 2. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, just faster. Yes. Count the right hand. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then
1,
go the
2, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
You got
1,
it.
2, 4, 5, 6, 7.
See, it's nothing once you get your head around it. Okay, 7 and.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and. 1, 2, 3, 4,
1, 2,
5,
3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and.
Woo!
4, 5, 6, 7, and.
8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Count, count, count.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Stop. Mr. Geez, I can only go to 6. You're at 8.
8.
You know, we could speed this up now. Now you're ready. So we're going to work on this again. Very good. Okay. Much better. So now you got your head around the concept. You can count. You're not always stopping up in the air. You're not turning this way. You're turning this way. So you see, it got a lot better. Right. And then it goes up like that when we're ready. So we're going to work on this again. We work on this again and again and again and again. I'm still working on it. We're going to play maybe 40 to, we'll work on it from 40. We'll just pop it up to 40 to 42. Just a little more speed. Just to give you, not now. You know, you could probably get it up to 44. Probably could. Because, you know, your nervous system works just fine. You got that, right? Burst is just a burst of speed. You just learn to time your counting, and all you're doing is counting. All you're doing is counting the speed of a wrist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's all it is. See, it's nothing. It's nothing. All right. Which Dick would say all the time. Kevin, it's nothing. Just turn your wrist.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now we worked on something else, but I'm going to incorporate that. I'm going to keep you moving because what you've just done there proves to me that you'll be able to accomplish said exercise from last week. But to keep you moving, I'm going to take you somewhere that will incorporate what you worked on. Only will continue to move you forward through the library. Okay? All right. So pull out page 8. I don't know if you've numbered your pages. Right?
I did not number. I should have done that before I laminated this.
Aha!
Good idea.
So
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not the upstroke, downstroke page. It must be the next page.
it's a closed flam. The close flam, really.
The clam.
The
We got
clam.
clam.
The close crab. And then we've got the faint and flam. You see that?
Yes.
And the flam and faint. Now here's the other thing you need. It looks like you don't have you need a music stand. You have to figure out where you could put a music stand. Somewhere I know, it's another project. I know you can't wait. Your wife's going to be, honey, what are you doing down there? Excuse me. So, right, gotta have a music stand. I'll be right there.
That's what the hi-hat's for.
That's
Who needs that?
There you go. You'll figure it out. Okay, now, so let's take a look at the flam. Okay. Now, if we were to play and let me start with this page. Kind of sets up the entire technique. This is a very important page. It's kind of at the beginning for a reason. Okay, so what we got going is, so now we're back on a normal, let's put it back on a normal pad. Okay. All right. Don't try to out-Canadian me with your hockey puck pad, by the way. That's a little much.
It looks just like a puck. I mean, it does.
I really.
You probably could use a puck. Did you use a puck? Is that something that was
Yeah.
like growing up? Hey, let's grab a puck and just go for it.
That was my first practice pad. Was a drummer that was working this gig that he had me playing on a, he hit me to playing on a hockey puck. What does Canadians do, David?
Seems like a good pad. Rebound quite a bit, probably.
Well, yeah.
Not so much.
Well, it's neat to practice on pads, and each will have its own kind of force. We want to learn how to control the rebound, and so that's part of it. But what we're just doing is we're working on a non-bounce pad because it's for a very good reason, as you can see, whether you know it or not, I believe, and it might just be that you're lifting your wrist up, or maybe the bounce brings you up. So you don't stop down, you let it bounce up. That's not what we want. This technique isn't the free bounce technique. That's not what this technique is. This technique is up to come down. Okay? Clunk. Like that. So that's where getting rid of the bounce can help develop your singles. That's why Buddy Rich would tell people to practice on a pillow. Okay, that's kind of what we're duplicating. All right, now we have the close flam. Sure, we can play it all one way, but we want to learn to play this alternating. So, do you know what a flam is? Okay, but I think that ultimately the teacher guy in you will prevail, right? I get that about you. And so a lot of guys could play, Buddy Rich could think he could play, but there's a certain thing where you find that educator with Dick Wilson, Richard Martinez, right? See, Vinny doesn't really teach. I mean, I tried, but that's not his thing. I bet he'd be a great teacher. But some guys, maybe Buddy Rich doesn't even know what he's doing. Who knows? He knows enough to say it's all a wrist turn. He can talk about it. But certain guys really have the ability to not only play, but also express to you what it is they're doing to help you along. So, when I ask you what is a flam, I need a vocal description.
Say small note, ghost note, and followed by a louder note, but not necessarily an accent. But it could be. But sometimes just a tiny note with a big note right next to it.
Okay, you see, and this is really neat. This is where Dick would go. He'd make you feel as though you're, about that tall. Okay, but if you're at the clinic and there, you've got 100 drummers and there's guys in the back going, oh yeah, sure, yeah. Oh, these long explanations don't cut it. A really good explanation should be simple and to the point, right? As efficient as possible, sufficient as your play. Dick would say, a flam is one hand high and the other hand low.
Okay.
It's like, oh my God, well, of course. Well, right. And I memorized it for you. And it's that simple. It's one hand high, the other hand low. Now it's true. Chad Wackerman talks about this. Dick Wilson used to say, yeah, when you're teaching kids, it's like it's on a string. And you drop them at the same time. The hand that's lower will get there first. Okay? So there's a little of that going on. But one hand high in this technique is this motion that you're learning, which is one hand is high and the other hand is low. So we go, and then we want to go, okay? One hand high, the other hand low. But how do we get the hand high?
Stand up and bam.
So the little turn is essentially what we were just working on. at this speed, and that's going to change in a minute. So this is cool. So at 40, let's see. See, there's no upstroke. It's just a little tap and a nice big throw. It's not bad. Not too bad. See how you're stopping down? So let's make just this not bad. Now, can you give me more? Dick Wilson and Murray seemingly had a different take on the throw, but ultimately at a certain height of throw, I think they were identical, and we wish they were around so we could have that discussion, right? Murray would like to get, you always start with a little bend. Murray would like to get to here sooner. Dick would go up and then Murray would complain, yeah, Dick Wilson students come in with a gooseneck, because he liked to spend a little more time going up. All right, Murray wanted to get, because Murray thought that this is where the power is, not this. And in fact, I think in the video that I had you watch, that I sent you, I think he talks, see? He talks up to Louis about that. Because isn't Louis over in the traditional doing something? And he goes, no, you got to get up to here. Louis goes, no, all you're going to do is get your elbows flapping around, right? But so there's that to consider. But what we want to do is we want to start with that little bend, which is a wrist turn, right? Now that's good, but get a grip because we're about to. This stick is about to go flying, right? We get the little bend. It stimulates the upward motion of the forearm, right? We get that. And then we're going to cock the wrist. See, not quite as high as mine. Is it? What happened? No, you going back ain't going to help, even though Murray does do that, has Louis do that at one point, but that's not what we're doing. So we're getting this. So the forward bend of the wrist is, as well as releasing some pressure in the fingers, motivates the upward motion of the forearm. So it's small. If we do the Murray thing, it can be very small. And don't touch. Learn to go around something that is an imaginary fixed point. Okay? That's Richard Martinez, fixed point in the universe. Dick Wilson would say, you leave the bead down. And quite frankly, he would often say, you leave the bead down longer than you think. So which he demonstrates, by the way, in one of my videos I recently put out. So we're just getting this, right? And the arm is hanging. We don't hold it to our side. You see, because now we got nothing. We need to let this go. We're going to bend. It's going to motivate the upward motion of the forearm, and then we're going to cock our wrists. See, when I cock, now get these back fingers. They look like they really want to clamp on. Yeah, just let them hang out. Don't have to hold them off, but we don't want them like this. Yeah, we don't want them doing that. Don't do that. Just have them just over the. Dick would say, it's in the mid crack of the middle finger, first knuckle. That's your fulcrum, right? And then it's on the pad of the fourth. If it's gonna touch, it'd be the pad. So it's in the crack in the knuckle of the middle finger, the pad of the fourth, and the tip of the fifth. Or you can just have them barely off, or they could just be barely touching the stick. Yeah, see, a little better. Just relax your baby fingers. Should be aligned with everything. It's like a hand aligned. See, if you just do this, you see how all the knuckles are lined up? Everything's lined up. The baby finger isn't doing anything funny. They're in the perfect position. You just feed yourself the stick. Okay. And we'll keep going over it, but it's better, right? But we're really focused on the guide and the middle finger, first knuckle, and the other two fingers don't have much to do with it. That's the best way to think about it right now. And we'll get into it as we go along. Okay, so we're doing this, and then when I showed you that if you keep bending and leave the bead down, the forearm will start to come out more. Go on, go up more, go up a little more. Okay, see now, okay, see now all of that is released. You're lifting all that weight up from the wrist. And if you cock your wrist, you're going to be pretty high. No, it doesn't dip down there. Okay, so let's just come up to here. You know that if we want, there you go. Now cock your wrist. Okay, this is a case where, as I told you, when we turn our wrists normally, we don't want to be in this position because we can't turn very high. See? The bead only goes up that much. I'm all the way turned. And the bead, we want the bead out in front of us so that if I turn that much, the bead goes up. Like that. That's what we're going to be doing. However, at a certain point, I showed you, you can't turn anymore. This fulcrum, the hinge of the wrist, it's at its maximum height of turn. You'll break your wrist if you go anymore. So what happens? Kind of what just happened there. What happens is, at a certain point, the arm starts to follow. So you get more height. At a certain point, it doesn't just stay there locked in. It'll follow and go up a little. No. So get flat. Nice and flat now with your arm. Relax your upper arm, so it's just nice, just hanging there. Yep, there you go, get that in. Now turn your wrists. Right about here, the forearm is going to start to go up a little. Come on, let the forearm follow it. Let the forearm go up, 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 up. No, not the elbow, the forearm. Look at the angle of my forearm. Ah, this is cool. It's going to make you a much more powerful player. Stay with me now. You got to get flat. Got to have the floor. It's all about that up to come down floor thing. And watch my forearm. I don't want this to get all stiff. The body doesn't either. It's going to keep this as loose as possible, and the forearm's going to follow it up a little, so you get this height without strain in your wrist. Your forearm. Now remember, I shouldn't have said that. Maybe remember if you just turn a little, maybe the forearm seems to want to go down. But see, things change, but they always change in the same way. Right? But what we're doing is we're turning so high that the forearm comes up, like that. And stop pinching with your back fingers. Relax. That's it. Look down at your forearm. See how it looks? It's up a little bit, isn't it? It's taking the strain away from the wrist. And once you get to here, the whole thing would collapse, wouldn't it? Boom, boom, and you're right back to the floor. Okay, now what we're doing, stay in the right, that's good though, you got the idea. Now we're just doing that little bend. Okay. Now when I turn up, I'm going to turn up so high, my forearm might go up a little. And you just always want to keep your arm down like this. I'm going to go up, and I'm going to keep it down. I refuse to, no, let it come up. Don't you see Murray in the video? Murray does it in traditionally, goes up and he goes, and then he's way up in the air. He's up here somewhere, and his forearm is like up in the air. And you get up, get it up. There you go, you're starting to get it. Okay, so let's try it again. We're bending, so we start with a little bend. Okay. Relax the back fingers. And then, so we started with a little bit. Now we're going to turn up and let that forearm follow. And we're not going past perpendicular to the floor. We're not doing that. Just to there. And then the whole thing would collapse. There. You got all the weight of your arm for free. Like that. Better. Yeah, see, now everything's loose and following. Boom. Okay, that's much better. Okay, and you stop down. You see, up to come down. You lift the weight up. It's heavy, and it goes whack, and you get it all for free. Dick loved it. You got the weight of your arm. So I'm not going to use my arm. You think to play the violin loud? I start to use my arm. What? No, that's not how you play an instrument. There, see, already smoothed out. There, see, when it happens small, everything will change and it'll be obvious. And it'll change relative to how high you're turning and so on. Okay, now all we have to do is put this motion that you've just become acquainted with a little tap. And all we're going to get is whack, 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 whack. See how nice and solid it is? There you go. Little tap in the other hand. All right. So if we're at 40, that's how that would work. So that's good. Now you're playing flams more like in the tradition of this technique. Okay, now let's see. Let's see if I can take it. I'll give you one more thing. Can you? 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. 1. So for every 2 clicks, we're getting 3 notes, and these are quarter notes. So we're going to play quarter note triplets. Flams is quarter note triplets. 1 and 2 and go for it with your metronome on 40. Now we need to bring the band in so you know you're keeping your place. 1 and So here's how you're going to count it, because I think for you it's important that you count, because that was a little foreign to you for a minute, made you dizzy, but now you're getting it. So can you count quarter note triplets without playing?
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and
playing 1 and 2 and you can just count it 2 if you want. 1 and you're playing everything.
1 and 2
and 1 and 2 and
1 and
come on, you got to keep your time. Don't play. You got to get it with your voice. Get it with your voice.
1 and
So just count it without the accents in your voice. Get the speed.
1 and 2.
Yeah, it has to be with a click.
1 and 2.
That's it.
1 and 2.
And keep counting and keep them even. 1 and
2 and 3 and
play. Don't play. Just count. Just
1
and 2 and
2 and 3 and 4 and 1
and 2. Keep it in 2. 1 and 2 and triplets. 1 and 2.
1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and
but if you do that with your hand, now you're playing, and you've done this a million. You know this. You're playing like a shuffle. 1 and da 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 da, which is right. But if you lock your body into thinking that's it, you can count quarter note triplets and put notes in all kinds of places. So don't lock your body into thinking it has to be a shuffle. So it's 1 and 1 and 2 and for just
and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and
now you go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and play on every other one.
1 and 2 and
there it is. That's what I want. 1 and click. 1 and 2 and
1 and 1 and 1 and 2 and 3 and
that's it. That's
4.
the speed. Clunk, 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 and you're going to play flams at that speed. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and now we're going to start at this speed. Now we're going to start to get upstrokes. So not only have I made it difficult for you because of the counting, 2 and but now, say as it speeds up, we want to start to feel up strokes, up strokes. We're kicking up to down, up to down, up to down, up to down. Say we're trying for that.
I see. But
okay.
I get it.
So the counting's already a little bit of a challenge. This is what is so cool about this technique, because otherwise you're locked into the click. 1 and it's always locked in and polarized by the metronome.
And 2 and 3.
Okay, now how are we going to play upstrokes and downstrokes? All right. So maybe I'll find another way, because this is a little. Let's see. Hold on a second. 1, click, boom, click, 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 click. So without counting triplets, maybe at around 60. Let's see. Yeah, that'll work. Right? We're just going So we're playing upstrokes. We're just playing. So now you're at 60. Now you don't have to think about intellectual modernism, right? But you will get you there. Okay? Yeah. Which you can already count it. You already did it. But now that I want to introduce something technical, I'm taking you away from that for a minute. But we'll combine them next time. So all you're going to do is play quarter notes. Now you were quarter notes at 60. Now the difference is now we're at a speed so that one hand isn't just making a little turn and then going up. It's actually making an upstroke, which you learned playing. See, I told you I'd complete the gestalt, which you learned last week with this idea of making a little tap as you go up. So you're just going to bend forward, make that little tap, and then go up. But don't forget how the forearm will follow if you give me a big turn. Come on, give me this. There, don't go behind you. There you go. So it goes up, down, up, down, up,
down, up,
down. Put them together, and you'll have flams.
Up, down.
Put them together.
Up, down.
It's going to be blah, 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 blah.
Up, down.
There you go.
Up, down. Up.
Now don't make it all stiff and weird. It's just a little bend, and then you're just going to give me that beautiful motion. Just bends, and you give me a, yeah. Yeah, there. Here, you got the idea. Now here's what we're going to do. Just play the downstrokes. That'll give it to you. Just no. Right, left, downstroke, downstroke. Get the timing of a downstroke. No, a downstroke. A downstroke is where you make a throw. Yeah, right, left, back and forth. No, it doesn't go like this. It goes like this. There, and now do the other one. There you go, you got it. Smooth, elegant. Up to come down, let that thing go. 3-finger grip, don't grab with your back fingers. Now you see what you're doing? See when you go up, you leave the bead down? See when you go up, you leave the bead down? It's down, isn't it? See, it's down. And now go up and finish your throw. Then it comes up. So it goes up, down. All you do is, here's what Murray would do. He'd say, you're so close to the surface, you can't help but make a note. So let the stick just bump in. See, now you got it. That's what it would do. Now just put them up, but just go right, left with throws. No, forget the upstroke. The upstroke's built it. You're making an up motion already. All you have to do is let it bump in. First, get the throw. Just the throw. Come on, quarter note click. Throw. Now the other hand. Throw. Leave it down as you go up. Little starts with a bend. There it is. Are you in time? Play with a click. There it is. There it is. Now when you go up, just don't change that motion. Just let it touch the surface. No, it's not going to touch there. No. Where's it going to touch? No. If you're doing this, watch. See how one goes up as the other comes down? So as my left comes down, I'm just going to let the stick that's going up touch, and you'll get a flam. You hear it? It's going to touch. The right hand is going to go up and touch. Throw with your left. No, the right goes up. Right goes up. It goes up. No, it goes up.
Yeah. And then what? Together. That's the problem here. Together.
Right. No, you didn't go up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, although if you're going to make a downstroke with your left, the right's going to go up for its throw. I got you all turned around. Okay, watch. I'll break it down for you in another way. So we're going to start with a right throw. Be right centric. So you're going to do this, right? To prepare for your throw. So you're going to come up in your right. Now, as the right goes to throw, the left's going to touch and go up for its throw and wait. Come on, left has to go up and touch and go up. It's got to make up. Okay, start again. Right's up in the air. Right's up. Start right.
Right's up.
Oh, no, up like this.
Right's up.
But good. Now the left's going to go there too. As the right comes down, the left's going to go up and wait. That's all you're going to do. No, the left has to go up and wait, just like the right does.
So right is up.
That's right. Now the left's going to go up and wait, just like that, as the right turns and makes the throw. Come on, you got it. Now the left is up. No, keep the left up.
Keep the left up.
Now, as you go to throw in the left, the right's going to go up like that. Throw in the left and let the right. There! Now, come on, stop down in the left. You got it. Now the right's up.
Right's up.
Okay. Now, as the right comes down, the left's going to go up. Do it. Oh, you have to make a note. Just tap it as you go up. You got it. Right up, right up, right up, right?
Right up.
Now, tap with the left as it goes up. Now, the right has to come down. There. See, you got a flam. Now, do it the other way. Left's going to go down, the right's going to go up.
So this is
Come on, you got it. You got it.
Drop it.
Yeah, you got it. Okay, stop. You got it. So that's what you're going to work on. And you know, quite frankly, the speed where that will start to, you know, what Murray and Dick would do is they'd induce that. They'd take flams and they'd speed them up, and before you know, you'd be doing that by mistake. We got a little more nerdy, right? But so you're just going to practice this part of the video, no metronome. So the right's preparing to make a throw, and it's going to throw, and the left's going to end up as though it's preparing to make a throw. Then the left's going to make a throw, and the right's going to go up preparing to make, and it's just going to go back, back and forth like that. And you just, all you do, look, it just looks like I'm throwing. You wouldn't know I'm playing flams. Trying to be close to, there you go. You got it. You're going to have to play with that. It's a little bit of a
Yeah,
I'm definitely creating new engrams here. I get it.
yes, this is good.
You
Thank
did
you.
great. You're very welcome. Turning off the camera, I'll be right with you.
Fantastic.
It is fantastic.